Good morning, guys. We are just getting our day started. We are starting out here down in Florida. We have a load on going over to Jacksonville Port. We're dropping this load of Kias off over there. It is all 9 Sorrentos. Pretty easy load. I will say the one thing I did end up doing is I ended up lifting the bottom of this up a little bit, so that way my bumper wasn't meeting up with the hood. I didn't want to crinkle the corner of the hood on the corner of the bumper if we're going around any turns. But other than that, it made this car just a little bit higher. I'm 2 pins higher here and about 4 pins higher back here. But this is only at 1310, so we're still perfectly good running down here to Florida. It's just higher than I like to run. But the whole rest of the load is very basic, just a standard 9 car, very easy to get on, and yeah, enjoyable load to get down here. The only downside that I'm having right now is it is cold. I was kind of hoping it'd be warmer. It was warmer when I was getting up in Philly last week. I was waking up in the morning with it almost 60 degrees. Right now it's like 43. So went south, got colder. It happens that time of the year. But we have 2 hours left to go this morning to get ourselves over to Jacksonville. They open up at 8 o'clock. It is about 5:45. So let's go ahead and get going, get on the road, and start making some money. So catch you guys in a couple. Let's get rolling. Alrighty, guys. We just got over here to Brunswick. We're waiting on our load to get sent over. So I'm gonna go do something quick that I used to do all the time when I used to run out of here a lot. But there's right down the road that way, about a quarter mile. I think it's a Publix or Ingles, Winn-Dixie, something like that over there. Little grocery store. It's a small one. It's got a real small parking lot, so I can't take the trailer with me, but I'm gonna go ahead and drop the trailer here, run over there, and I normally always bring food with me, and I forgot this week to bring stuff for sandwiches, so I'm gonna go ahead and run over there and grab some stuff quick. But I wanted to show you, these trailers aren't all that hard to actually drop. I used to drop my trailer literally every single week, and it's not that bad. This one's going to be a little more difficult than normal because when I left United Road, I left my fifth wheel puller in the truck that I used to drive. So I have to do this one by hand because right now I'm just too cheap to walk into the truck stop and go buy a new one. And yeah, I mean, I just go spend the $20 or whatever they are. I forget. It's been years since I bought one. But they're not that bad, and yeah, I'm just too cheap to do it. So I'm going to set you guys up so you guys can see how this is done, and let's go drop the trailer quick. All right, before we drop the trailer, though, take a look at what this guy is hauling. These are these 3 are some beautiful cars. You can keep the BMWs, and looks like AMG Mercedes right there, but I would drive that truck. That is a beautiful, beautiful truck. But show you right here. These right here are what we use to, set my gloves off here. These are what we use as our landing gear. Just these little things right here. Set them right down underneath the front of the trailer. And there's one on the other side, so it doesn't take us much to drop these things. I know a lot of drivers are scared to actually do it. I hear people complain all the time about dropping these trailers, but you can see, go ahead, set them underneath there. A lot of trailers will have the spot that you put it right here, but either this one is worn off over the years or it was never there. Then all we got to do is unhook these. So I'm going to go ahead and set you guys up and drop these off here in just a second. All right, so just got to pull these lines, and what I always do, because this truck has 4 airlines all together, drop everything in order of how they come off if you don't remember, or if you're not going to be able to remember the order that they were in. So I try to keep everything in a straight line order on the front of the trailer. It'll make your life a lot easier when you go to hook this back up. So now all my lines are in order from the first one to the last one. And then this is the part that if you have a puller, use it, but I'm just gonna use my hands. It can be done. You just gotta get it out a little bit, get a good grip. There you go. So right there is dropping the trailer. Like I said, it doesn't take much. You see everything's pulled. Got our post done. We'll just set the trailer here. We'll be back here in 10 minutes. We're gonna go grab our groceries quick. I'll take you guys over there. It's not bad. And we'll keep going. See y'all in a minute. All right. So the last thing we do, drop the suspension, set it right down on those pads, and we're gonna head on over to the store here in just a second. Where I'll drop now and let this truck go. And there we go. We are unhooked. Now leave the trailer sit there, and we'll head across the street. I'll take you over there if you guys want to ride with me or skip ahead 2 minutes. This it isn't far, but we might end up sitting at this light here for a minute or two. This light over here at the Pilot is a bit absurd. So all right, yep, you just keep right on going. I do have the straight lane, but cool, thanks. Anyways, but yeah, we'll go ahead and head on over here, go get our groceries, which it won't be much. Probably spend 10-15 bucks all together, and head on back over here, get hooked up. Hopefully by then they get me my load. I called about an hour, right at an hour ago, and I left the Jacksonville port. Told him I'd be up here. He said he was on his way into work, so it was going to take him a couple minutes to get me a load. So not a big ordeal. So I'm just doing this to waste a couple minutes of time and grab myself some groceries to make my life easier. Just gonna go get some lunch meat and probably some cheese, but nothing major. We're not doing a whole bunch of grocery shopping. I should grab some pork chops or something to make for dinner, but I do still have half of a salmon left and about 1.5 pounds of rice. So that'll get me through tonight and tomorrow for dinner. So, okay, so it's a Winn-Dixie. I didn't remember what it was. Like I said, it's been a little while since I've been over here, but if you ever come down this way, all you do, run on down to this street light right here and make a left. And the Winn-Dixie little market is right here. Pull on in, go grab your groceries. Like I said, you'll see when I get over here, the parking lot itself is pretty tight, but, well, it's not too tight. You're just not going to park a semi out front. So there's just no reason to do it, especially when it's going to take you 1.5 minutes to drop the trailer and then 1.5 minutes to hook back up. It's not that big of a job, and I've always wondered why you're getting an oil change and people will argue about whether they're going to pull that off or not. So here we are. I'll see y'all in just a minute. All right, guys, let's head on back over, go get our trailer. Grand total, spent 25 minutes over here between shopping and eating. I got some of my absolute favorite chips, which are the chili cheese Fritos. Those are amazing. I got those, some ham, cheese, and mayonnaise for some simple sandwiches to get me through the rest of the week. When I got back in the truck, decided I needed to eat it before we got going. So let's head on back over. Let's head on back over to the truck stop and go get our trailer. Again, doesn't take more than a minute or two, and I'll tell you, for what I just spent, which was $23, I got lunches for the rest of the week. And one meal nowadays, if you wanted to get, let's say, 2 Mountain Dews, 2 slices of pizza, and a couple wings at the truck stop, nowadays that's 25, almost 30 bucks. So for what I just spent, I got an entire, or for what you would spend normally at the truck stop to get a meal, I got an entire week's worth of lunch. So just some food for thought if you really want to save money. Like I said, right here's the truck stop. I'm literally one street light away. I do this a lot. I used to do it all the time with my United Road truck. Sorry, I had a hiccup there. I would drop the trailer at the hotel and then run over to the grocery store and get stuff for dinner, get stuff for lunches, whatever. It's not that hard to do, and you can save yourself a ton of money doing it. A lot of these truck stops are within a couple miles, 2-3 miles tops of grocery stores, usually. So, I don't know. For me, it makes total sense to just spend a couple minutes, run over, get our groceries, and not have to worry about it. I normally try to do it on the weekends. Like I said, I've been just eating peanut butter and jelly during the day. Like I said, I'm simple, little kid at heart when it comes to lunches and that sort of thing. I'm very. I don't get into big extravagant lunches, so I just very simple peanut butter and jelly and some chips or something like that works fine for me. And spend just a couple minutes and you can have yourself a decent meal for cheap, and you don't have to eat this truck stop crap. But go ahead and drop our fifth wheel, or drop the back of our truck so we can get under the tongue of the trailer. What I do is, as soon as I feel right there, I just touch the tongue, go ahead and raise it back up, and finish backing in until I hear it click. You might hear it in a second here. Don't slam into the pin. There we go. We are hooked up. I'll take you guys out there. We'll put our put all of our lines back in, and we'll get on over. We just got our load, so we're gonna get hustling here. All right, grabbed our gloves, walk back, make sure our fifth wheel pin or the latch slides in, and then we just go ahead, hook our lines back up. So I'll set you guys up. We'll get these hooked up here in just a second. Hope you guys can see that nice and easy. But now we just set these all up in order. So now we put them back in order, and doesn't take long to get this all set up. There's one hydraulic hose. The next one. Next airline. Loading lights. And our last airline. There we go. There you go. You see, Took just a couple seconds. We got it all hooked up. Go ahead, put our landing gear back on the back of our trailer. Go run the 3 miles down the road over to the port to go get loaded up. So, show you guys what this load looks like when we get done. Seems to be a pretty small load. I think I got 2 Palisades and the rest are fairly small cars heading right back over there to West Point. So let's get rolling. I'll see you guys in a few minutes. Alrighty guys, we were riding a little bit lower than normal. We got a Palisade on number 1 that has a pretty tall roof rack on it. So that one is gonna have to that one's gonna have to ride a little low in order to make height. We are heading over to Georgia, or we're in Georgia actually. We are heading over to the Atlanta and LaGrange area. You got a 2-stopper. We're gonna be dropping 7 in McDowell, whatever, Georgia. And then we got 2 heading on down to LaGrange. Get them both off tonight, but we are hustling at this point because we have 6.5 hours of drive time, and the goal is to get over to West Point and get another load on this evening. So that way tomorrow morning we can just run to wherever we're going to deliver. So, so far panning out to be a great week, and things are just happening in quick succession, and we're just rolling quick. So, like I said, we're gonna hustle up here, get through this light in just a second behind this Virginia truck, and head on over to McDowell, Georgia. I hope you guys are having a great day as well. It's a little chilly down here still. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon. It's only 58 degrees. But I'm sure some of you guys up north are wishing you had this weather. So I am not going to complain about it, but I am going to enjoy every bit of this southern run. And I'll see you guys when we get a little closer to McDowell, Georgia. And I'll get these things delivered. I'll show you what this load looks like. But from here on out, there's no more stopping today. We got full tanks of fuel. 3/4 of the way full on DEF. We got lunch already accounted for. You saw that a little bit ago. So at this point, it's just time to roll. So see y'all in a little bit. All right, what's going on, guys? We just got here to McDowell, whatever it is, Hyundai here in Georgia. I'm gonna make this quick because we are running on our last couple minutes of our logs for today to make it back over to West Point. So don't have a whole lot of time to mess around. Got to get these things off, get them signed in, and get over to West Point to get loaded. But this is the load that I was telling you about. Pretty easy load. The biggest thing that we have is that Palisade right there. You can see it's got the roof rack on it. So that one had to drop it a little bit lower to make height. But the rest of it went on pretty easy. It's a fairly small load. The only big deal we have is these 2 cars have to come off here just because they had to get loaded in the port before I went over to grab these, and these have to go to the second drop. So we're going to go ahead and take these off, put them back on, but the whole load's got to come off, and 7 of them are staying here. So I'll set you guys up quick so you guys can see everything come off, and we're going to go ahead and get hustling. So see y'all in just a couple minutes. Alrighty guys, I know last night we were rushing to try to get this load on, and I will say that was successful. We were able to load up, pulled in right as we ran out of time. Literally ran it to the last second, which is awesome because we were able to unload the truck down in Jacksonville, Florida, reload the truck in Brunswick, Georgia, deliver around Atlanta, and then reload last night in West Point, Georgia. So it worked out real well, but this morning I am rushing because we are going to get to our first of 3 deliveries at 12:45 in the afternoon, which doesn't sound all that bad. But my last delivery in Murfreesboro, the paperwork says it has to be your last drop because there's very low trees leaving the dealership. So it says must make it your last delivery, and that one is the only drop that is not STI-able. So we have to make the drop today, and that made it so when my 10-hour off-duty time was up and I could get back on the road, I did instantly. We got fuel and coffee first thing this morning, but we are not going to have time to do much videoing to show you what this load looked like. So you will have to see what this load was on tomorrow's vlog. But guys, I appreciate you watching. Hopefully everything's getting better for you guys. Hopefully this economy starts to turn around, and hopefully you're getting to spend time with your family. But until the next one, guys, please like and subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks.